What's up, everybody? This is A Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening, and tonight we will be discussing the North Node square the moon in the natal birth chart. This is a natal aspect that you may or may not have. But what we're going to do right now is break down what the North Node is all about. So the North Node does represent your conscious motivation, your conscious mind that is very much relevant to the present and the future as far as your life. The North Node is all about your life direction, the path that you are meant to take on, your destiny, the path that you should go towards, move towards, and push towards. Where the South Node is definitely going to be opposite of your North Node. The South Node represents your subconscious mind and the motivations that stem from the past life. What you cling onto and still hold on to, even though it is of no relevance in this life. It holds no weight. It's not want to say no purpose, okay, but it's not being useful in this life, but it's something that you will find yourself clinging back onto from time to time from your past life, because this is what you're fucking used to doing. Okay, so now the moon. We know that the moon is about your emotions, your instincts, your thought process, the way that you feel on the utmost level, the way that you grasp information on a fucking emotional level. But what ends up happening with the moon is that the moon finds it hard a lot of times to express fully what's going on and taking place. A lot of people are not going to know your moon sign from just meeting you. It's going to have to be somebody that knows you, has a bond with you, family member, friends, close ones, loved ones, intimate partnerships, and things of that nature. The moon does also represent your mother and the way that she raised you early on in life. It also does show you the way that you perceive her now and how you perceived her then, early on in childhood upbringing. Okay, so now we have a square in between the North Node and the moon. So the square is going to represent a conflict. Anytime you see a square in between any planet, that is going to mean that these planets are in signs that are in conflict, have a difficulty, and it is an obstacle that is on the rise and at hand. So if you see an opposition, the opposition means that these planets are in opposite signs, okay? Completely opposite signs. So it is the button of the heads as far as this aspect is going to go, as far as the planets. If you see a conjunction is definitely going to mean that these two planets are in the same exact sign. So at times it can run smoothly, other times it will be chaotic. A conflict also. But if you see a sextile or a trine, okay, in between planets in the natal birth chart, that is going to mean that in your past life, you already mastered that area. You did very well, excellent job. But now you are still being placed and presented with the same aspect, but in a better way, in a better light, to represent that you have done a great job. So now, even though these things may pop up and arise, you know how to handle it, you know how to deal with it, and it's not a fucking issue for you any longer. Okay? So now, we're going to jump into this tonight. North Node square moon. So now, these men and women may have a difficult time in relationships with women in general, especially your mother, even though there is a frequent strong psychic link to her. A psychic connection is going to be present with your mother. It can be issues surrounding by her. Could be hard to address certain topics. hard to express certain things to her. Something definitely did go on and take place, whatever the case may be. This is strongly placed as far as the North Node squaring moon in your natal birth chart. Okay, either way that you look at it, you will be strongly linked towards your mother in a psychic way. You will have a psychic connection with your mother in this lifetime. Even when she passes on, it will still be some kind of powerful link to her no matter what. Okay, your emotions undergo difficult spells, especially you have a hard time expressing your sensitive side, causing other people to view you as heartless, cold, dismissive, and even standoffish than you really are. So this is definitely how people are going to perceive you. They're going to perceive you in a certain way, in a certain light that you may not feel like you are actually showing up in, or you may not even really be showing up in this kind of way. This is just how people are viewing you, looking at the situation, feeling like you are being heartless, cold, distant, very dismissive, more laid back, not wanting to be into so many different things. You could be more of an introvert than an extrovert, okay? And this is what's being perceived by other people as far as your attitude is concerned, the way that you move is involved, okay? Support from other people can be hard to come by and may not come easy to you. So a lot of times people will definitely be reluctant to offer a helping hand to help you out maybe when you're in need. That can be strongly placed in this aspect. Okay, and that's a difficult thing to deal with when you are dealing with people interactions, people that you're close with, that they won't even want to step up to the plate. Okay, because they feel like you are the way that you are, but this is just how they think that you are. Okay, at times you can definitely feel alone, forced to rely only on yourself. Losing loved ones can leave a major impact in your world, in your life, and it can really be extremely hard for you to deal with and get over. Anything that has to do with somebody passing on, even if um, it was a relationship, okay? Something that went on and took place, okay? Friendships and things like that. It could be difficult for you to let go of once what was, okay? It can leave you thinking many different kinds of ways. Does not mean that you won't let go, okay? But in some sense, you know what I'm saying, losing friendships, losing the relationships, and just losing somebody to death is an absolute loss at hand, okay? And it can deal with you on a psychological level. It can be hard for you to really be able to trust people if it has to do with friends or intimate relationships. Now, if it's death, like I said, it will definitely take a toll on you and have a major imprint on you. Your mind is unusual. It is of the unusual nature, and your thought process is quite different. You are working on strengthening and balancing the emotions and stabilizing your emotions, okay? So these men and women need to really get in touch with their emotional side, with their emotional nature. They need to not ignore or dismiss what it is that's going on with inside of them and what they are feeling. They have to tackle things on and hand. Make sure that you acknowledge and recognize and feel the emotions instead of intellectualizing your emotions every single damn time. Okay? That's not how you deal with it. That's how you ignore it. Okay, so you don't want to do that. You do want to try to come to the point where you can definitely stabilize your emotions. You have memories from your past life when it comes to dealing with crowds and working with the public from a previous life. Okay, so you can definitely have fears surrounded by large settings, being in a crowd, public, social media, and things like that. These are the type of men and women that can definitely be into Facebook, Instagrams, and things like that for a little bit of time, and then all of a sudden they feel like they want to be withdrawn and pull back and distance themselves from that. Um, just like activities and even social groups, you can see these men and women being involved in something for a little minute, and then at times they might want to just pull back and not really be involved as much. So that really does stem from your past life, things that went on and took place as far as in the public's eye, dealing with crowds, large group settings. You can really feel discomfort at times, feeling like you are a part of something, but feeling like you're not completely a part of it. Feeling like you are getting your point across, but a lot of times you're not being heard. So all of these things can go on and take place. Okay, now this may exhibit your inhibit. This may inhibit your expression and evolution. Can be highly intrigued and fascinated with the occult. These men and women can be really just blown away by all the information or the knowledge or the hidden things of the world. They can be intrigued to find and discover who they are, find and discover who somebody else is. How this world really operates and works is what these men and women are really drawn to. They can't get enough of it. It makes them want to dig deeper. It makes them want to dive deep into what is this, what is that, how this works, how this moves, what does this mean, what is the symbol, what is the sign, mathematics, scientifics, everything as a whole. These men and women want to know. They want to explore and uncover it. They want to uncover all that is hidden underneath the surface. Okay, so now, even though they are fascinated and drawn to a cult, they can also practice this in an unhealthy way. Okay, so now an unhealthy way would be that you're practicing it and you're not sure completely on what exactly you're doing. Okay, you know how you dibble and dabble in something and you're not sure of the full effects on how things are going to play out and turn out. That can be a case, but it also could just be that these men and women are practicing it in a destructive, demonic, devilish way. Okay, doing it for evil, casting spells in a wicked kind of way. Okay, instead of a great way. So anybody that has this placement north 9 squared the moon, you need to just be aware and alert, because you do not want karma to come back on you. Karma is for real. Karma is that real shit that will enter your life if you don't know what the hell you're doing with these occult matters. So now, these men and women also, as far as their South Node goes, your South Node influence destroys the sensitivity of the moon. So this is exactly why people will look at you and perceive you as being cold, heartless, distant, standoffish, because the South Node from your past life is dimming down your full-blown emotional capacity to the utmost level. It's suppressing it so that it's hard for you to express how you feel in a productive way. Okay, you can definitely, like I said, brush off your feelings, not really want to deal with what's going on in your life when trouble arises, chaotic situations, love affairs, friendships, even things all the way down to the family dynamic. It can be hard for you to pinpoint exactly how you are feeling on the utmost level, because you are not recognizing nor are you acknowledging to the full capacity on what it is and how you are truly feeling. Okay, so you're not being completely honest with yourself on how you feel. You know that you feel a way. You know that this bothers you, but you're not expressing it all the way out. You're only expressing it to an extent. And that is the issue. Okay, if somebody doesn't know how you ultimately feel completely, they don't know. They don't know for sure every single thing where you're coming from. Okay? So this is going to leave people to think the way that they think, because you're not letting it all out completely. Okay? Also, with displacement, these men and women can be bringing to the forefront a cruel and hurtful personality to the table. And they may not even be aware that that's what they're doing, because they can be very blunt people. They can be very blunt. Just because you don't express your emotions to the utmost level doesn't mean you're not going to say what you have to say. And that's another thing. These men and women can say a lot of different things on what they don't like and how they don't like shit. But feeling what they feel on utmost level is a very difficult thing for them to experience. They don't want to feel uneasy. It makes them feel uncomfortable. That's why they don't want to fuck with their emotions. So because of that, they will definitely bring to the table, as far as other people go, a cruel and hurtful personality. You may feel alienated by others, lack of cooperation and support. So you can feel like you have a bad timing, or your timing is always off. As a result, you can isolate yourself further as a defense mechanism, and can create a vicious cycle where you feel lonely and negative all the damn time. These men and women can do this quite often. They can build up the defense mechanism so where they don't feel the need to have to fully express what it is that they're going through, how they are really truly feeling inside. Okay, but what they need to do is, and they have to learn how to stop being so defensive and develop a backbone as far as criticism is concerned, as far as when somebody's trying to put them down. These men and women need to feel it, acknowledge it, and tackle that on. Express whatever it is that they're feeling, what's going on, even when they don't want to, even when they feel like, this is not the right time. Think about when the right time is and do it then, okay? Because they feel like, these men and women, they feel like that their timing is always off and it's never the right time to address certain things, okay? But you're definitely going to have to look into your natal birth chart, because if you have stronger things that allow you to be able to address things as they come, this placement will still play a part, but it will smooth this energy out where you'll have a more forceful nature and you'll tackle it on as soon as it comes, instead of just feeling like you're not able to express it. Okay? And then don't come around to ever communicating it and expressing it out to whoever made you feel however they made you feel. All right? So now this is all I'm going to say about this placement for now. In future videos to come, I will be going more into depth into this placement. Please be sure to check out my online store. It is Grimy Gear at www.grimygear.com. If you need a caterer, be sure to hit me up. I am the Chef Goddess also at Supreme Royale Catering at gmail.com. If you need a handyman, be sure to hit my husband up at Steve's Handy Helpers. His email address is aronnesbitt90@gmail.com. If you need me to analyze a birth chart for you, it will be $50 for 2 hours. If you need a synastry chart or a composite chart, that will be $70 for 2 hours. And if you need a tarot card reading on love and relationships, spirituality, your health, and even financial situations, your career, it will be $30. So, this has been a Force of Nature, Spiritual Awakening. Love is love. Peace and blessings to you all, and I will see you on the next one.